Check this, broski. They see me walking a different path, and they think I'm lost. They see me making different choices, and they assume I'm confused. But I'm not lost. I'm not confused. I'm not making a mistake. I'm just not settling for the popular opinion. I'm just not bowing to the pressure of the majority because the crowd isn't always right. Let me tell you something about the unpopular path. Because Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Wide gate, broad way. Many go an easy, popular, comfortable, crowded, destructive, narrow gate. Straight way, few find it. Difficult, unpopular, uncomfortable, lonely, life-giving. I've been on a broad way, 'cause I've been on the wide path. I've been following the crowd. I've been doing what everybody else was doing. I've been going where everybody else was going. I've been saying what everybody else was saying. I've been believing what everybody else was believing. I've been living how everybody else was living. And it was easy. It was comfortable. It was popular. It was accepted. It was celebrated. It was rewarded. It was praised. But it was empty. It was hollow. It was meaningless. It was purposeless. It was directionless. It was lifeless. It was destruction. It was death. But then I found the narrow gate. I found the straight way. I found the difficult path. I found the unpopular road. I found the lonely journey. I found the rejected route. I found the despised trail. I found the ridiculed direction. I found the marked destination. And it was hard. It was uncomfortable. It was unpopular. It was rejected. It was ridiculed. It was lied. It was criticized. It was critiqued. It was persecuted. It was hated. But it was life. It was truth. It was purpose. It was meaning. It was direction. It was destiny. It was eternal. It was everything. Romans chapter 12 verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be not conformed. Don't follow the pattern, don't copy the mold, don't mimic the shape, don't imitate the form, don't match the standard, don't fit the norm, don't meet the expectation. Don't satisfy the demand, don't please the crowd, don't impress the majority, don't win the popularity contest, don't chase the approval of the masses, don't seek the applause of the multitude, don't crave the praise of the people, don't desire the recognition of the world. Be transformed, be among the many but not following them, be with the majority but not agreeing with them. The enemy wants me to follow the crowd, he wants me to fit in, he wants me to be accepted, he wants me to be approved, he wants me to be John chapter 15, verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Chosen out of the world, set apart from the world, separate from the world, distinct from the world, different from the world, unpopular with the world, rejected by the world, hated by the world, persecuted by the world. That's my position. That's my calling. That's my identity. That's my destiny. Not to be loved by the world, but to be loved by the one who chose me out of the world. That's my CDS move. Center defender strike off. I'm defending my unpopular path against every attack of the enemy. I'm striking off every desire to be liked by the world. I'm striking off every craving to be accepted by the crowd. I'm striking off every yearning to be praised by the masses. I'm striking off every longing to be approved by the majority. I'm striking off every appetite for popularity. I'm striking off every hunger for recognition. I'm striking off every thirst for fame. I'm striking off every greed for status. I'm striking off every greed for status. I'm striking off every greed for status. I'm striking off every lust for honor. I'm striking off every passion for prestige. Because my approval comes from God. My acceptance comes from God. My praise comes from God.
Hold up. Broski. They see me living my life and they think they see the real me. They see me on social media and they assume they know who I am. They see me in the spotlight and they believe they understand my heart. They see my wins and they imagine they know my struggles. They see my smile and they suppose they know my pain. But they don't. They can't. Because what they see is just the surface. What they see is just the highlight reel. What they see is just the public persona. What they see is just a mask. I wear it for the world. But the real me, that's hidden. That's secret, that's between me and God, and that's where the real battle is fought. That's where the real victory is won. That's where the real transformation happens. That's where the real me becomes who I'm supposed to be. Let me tell you something about the genuine. Because 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7, when Samuel was looking for the next king of Israel, he looked at the outside, he looked at the appearance, he looked at the stature, he looked at the height, he looked at the build, he looked at the presence, he looked at the charisma, and he thought, this is the one, this is the king, this is the chosen, this is the anointed. But God said something different. Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seek not as man seek. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. God looks at the heart, not the resume, not the reputation, not the appearance, not the performance, not the packaging, not the branding, not the marketing, not the image, not the persona, not the facade, not the mask, not the front, not the pretense, not the show, not the act, not the performance. The heart. The real you, the hidden you, the secret you, the private you, the true you, the genuine you, the authentic you, the one nobody else sees, the one that only God knows, the one that matters most. I've been wearing masks, 'Cause I've been performing, I've been pretending, I've been acting, I've been putting on a show, I've been playing a role, I've been saying the right things, I've been doing the right things, I've been looking the right way, I've been sounding the right way, I've been appearing the right way, I've been projecting the right image, I've been crafting the right persona, I've been building the right reputation, I've been curating the right brand, I've been engineering the right impression, I've been manufacturing the right perception, and it's exhausting, it's draining, it's empty, it's hollow, it's fake, it's counterfeit, it's not real, and God sees through it all. He sees the fear behind the confidence. He sees the doubt behind the faith. He sees the hurt behind the smile. He sees the anger behind the calm. He sees the bitterness behind the forgiveness. He sees the jealousy behind the celebration. He sees the lust behind the purity. He sees the greed behind the generosity. He sees the pride behind the humility. He sees the selfishness behind the service. He sees the insecurity behind the strength. He sees the brokenness behind the wholeness. He sees it all. And he loves me anyway. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Not in strength, not in performance, not in appearance, not in image, not in persona, not in facade, not in mask, not in front, not in pretense, not in show, not in act, in weakness, in brokenness, in failure, in frailty, in inadequacy, in insufficiency, imperfection, in flaw, in fault, in limitation, in vulnerability, in transparency, in authenticity, in genuineness. That's where his grace meets me. That's where his strength sustains me. That's where his power perfects me. That's where his love embraces me. That's where his mercy covers me. That's where his forgiveness cleanses me. That's where his acceptance welcomes me. That's where his approval affirms me. That's where his validation verifies me. That's where his identity defines me. That's where his purpose defines me. That's my CDS move, center, defender, strike off. I'm defending my authenticity against every attack of the enemy. I'm striking off every mask that hides my true self. I'm striking off every facade that covers my real identity. I'm striking off every pretense that distorts my genuine nature. I'm striking off every performance that substitutes for my true being. I'm striking off every brand that misrepresents my real story. I'm striking off every persona that distracts from my genuine testimony. Because the real me is the only me. God can use the authentic me as the only me. God can bless the genuine me as the only me. God can transform. The transferal me is the only me. God can heal. The vulnerable me is the only me. God can restore. That's my genuine, 'cause that's my real. That's my truth. Now take off the mask. The real you is waiting to be seen. They see me listening, and they imagine I'm being passive. Nah, man. That's the world's playbook. That's the enemy's deception. Because stillness isn't weakness, silence isn't emptiness, waiting isn't wasting, listening isn't losing. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to stop moving. Sometimes the loudest declaration you can make is to shut your mouth. Sometimes the greatest victory you can achieve is to just be still and know. Let me tell you something about the voice. Cause 1 Kings chapter 19 verses 11 and 12, Elijah on the mountain hiding, running, fearing, fleeing, desperate, discouraged, defeated, depressed, suicidal, ready to give up, ready to quit, ready to die. And God showed up, not in the wind, not in the earthquake, not in the fire, in a still small voice. A gentle whisper, a quiet murmur, a soft sound, a barely audible breath. The wind was powerful, the earthquake was terrifying, the fire was consuming, but God wasn't in any of them. He was in the whisper, He was in the quiet, He was in the stillness, He was in the silence. I've been chasing the loud cause I've been pursuing the dramatic. I've been running after the spectacular. I've been craving the explosive. I've been longing for the obvious. I've been waiting for the earthquake. I've been hoping for the fire. I've been expecting the wind. But God is in the whisper. God is in the quiet. God is in the stillness. God is in the silence. If I'm always moving, I'll miss Him. If I'm always talking, I won't hear Him. If I'm always running, I won't catch Him. If I'm always busy, I won't sense Him. If I'm always distracted, I won't perceive Him. If I'm always entertained, I won't recognize Him. If I'm always connected, I won't be connected to Him. If I'm always loud, I won't hear His still small voice. The enemy wants me to stay busy. He wants me to stay distracted. He wants me to stay entertained. He wants me to stay connected to everything except God. He wants me to fill every moment with noise. He wants me to drown out the silence with chaos. He wants me to smother the stillness with activity. He wants me to bury the quiet under a mountain of busyness, because He knows that in the silence I hear God. In the stillness I sense God. In the quiet I perceive God. In the waiting I encounter God. In the listening I receive from God. In the beating I connect with God. Psalm chapter 46 verse 10, be still and know that I am God. Be still, stop, cease, rest, pause, wait, listen, quiet silence, be still, and know that I am God. Know that I am in control. Know that I am sovereign. Know that I am powerful. Know that I am faithful. Know that I am good. Know that I am merciful. Know that I am gracious. Know that I am just. Know that I am righteous. Know that I am holy. Know that I am eternal. Know that I am unchanging. Know that I am trustworthy. Know that I am reliable. Know that I am sufficient. Know that I am everything you need. I've been trying to earn God's approval through my activity. I've been trying to prove my worth through my productivity. I've been trying to validate my identity through my accomplishments. I've been trying to secure my significance through my achievements. But God isn't impressed by my busyness. He isn't moved by my activity. He isn't swayed by my productivity. He isn't won over by my accomplishments. He isn't persuaded by my achievements. He just wants me to be still. He just wants me to know. He just wants me to rest. He just wants me to trust. He just wants me to believe. He just wants me to receive. He just wants me to be still, be quiet, be silent, be at rest, be at peace, be in His presence, be in His love, be in His grace, be in His embrace, be in His arms, be in His heart, be in His will, be in His way, be in His truth, be in His life. That's my CDS move, center defender strike off. I'm defending my stillness against every attack of the enemy. I'm striking off every distraction that pulls me from His presence. I'm striking off every noise that drowns out His voice. I'm striking off every activity that replaces His rest. I'm striking off every busyness that steals His peace. I'm striking off every entertainment
keeps me from him. I'm striking off every responsibility that distances me from him. I'm striking off every duty that separates me from him. I'm striking off every task that hides me from him. I'm striking off every project that blinds me to him. I'm striking off every goal that distracts me from him. I'm striking off every dream that misdirects me from him. I'm striking off every plan that leads me away from him. Because he is my rest. He is my peace. And I won't let anything steal that from me. That's my voice. Because that's my stillness. That's my peace. Now be still. The whisper is waiting.
Check this out, broski. They see me walking through the fire and they think I'm being destroyed. They see me in the furnace and they assume I'm being consumed. They see me in the flood and they believe I'm being drowned. They see me in the storm and they imagine I'm being overwhelmed. They see me in the battle and they suppose I'm being defeated, but they don't understand. They don't comprehend. They don't perceive. They don't grasp. They don't recognize. They don't discern. The fire isn't destroying me. It's refining me. The furnace isn't consuming me. It's purifying me. The flood isn't drowning me. It's cleansing me. The storm isn't overwhelming me. It's strengthening me. The battle isn't defeating me. It's developing me. I'm not being destroyed. I'm being shaped. I'm not being consumed. I'm being molded. I'm not being drowned. I'm being washed. I'm not being overwhelmed. I'm being equipped. I'm not being defeated. I'm being prepared. Let me tell you something about the crucible. Because Daniel chapter 3 verses 17 and 18. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego facing the furnace, facing the fire, facing the flames, facing the heat, facing the death, facing the end. And what did they say? Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O King. But if not, be it known unto thee, O King, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Able to deliver, willing to deliver, faithful to deliver, powerful to deliver, trustworthy to deliver. But if not, if he doesn't show up, if he doesn't come through, if he doesn't rescue, if he doesn't save, if he doesn't deliver, if he doesn't intervene, if he doesn't step in, if he doesn't move, if he doesn't act, if he doesn't respond, if he doesn't answer, if he doesn't speak, if he doesn't appear, if he doesn't manifest, if he doesn't show himself, if he doesn't prove himself, if he doesn't demonstrate his power, if he doesn't display his glory, if he doesn't reveal his majesty, if he doesn't exhibit his sovereignty, if he doesn't perform his miracle, if he doesn't work his wonder, if he doesn't do the impossible, if he doesn't make a way, even if he doesn't
I will not bend, I will not bend, I will not break, I will not yield, I will not surrender, I will not submit, I will not give in, I will not give up, I will not turn back, I will not retreat, I will not run, I will not hide, I will not shrink, I will not cower, I will not fear, I will not doubt, I will not waver, I will not stumble, I will not fall, I will not fail, I will not lose, because my God is with me, my God is for me, my God is in me, my God is around me, my God is beneath me, my God is above me, my God is before me, my God is behind me, my God is beside me, my God is within me, my God is everything I need. And if he chooses to let me walk through the fire, then I'll walk through the fire. And if he chooses to let me swim through the flood, then I'll swim through the flood. And if he chooses to let me face the storm, then I'll face the storm. And if he chooses to let me fight the battle, then I'll fight the battle. Because I know who I am, I know whose I am, I know where I'm going, I know who's waiting for me, and I know that nothing you separate me from his.
Check this out, cuz they see me still running and they think I haven't arrived yet. They see me still fighting and they assume I haven't won yet. They see me still pressing and they believe I haven't reached the finish line, and they're right in a way. I'm still running, I'm still fighting, I'm still pressing. But not because I don't know where I'm going, not because I'm lost, not because I'm confused, not because I'm uncertain. I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly who's waiting for me. I know exactly what's prepared for me. I know exactly what's promised to me. I'm running because I can't wait to get there. I'm fighting because the prize is worth it. I'm pressing because the reward is eternal. I'm running toward home, I'm running toward the gates, I'm running toward the Father, I'm running toward the welcome, I'm running toward the embrace, I'm running toward the celebration, I'm running toward the party, I'm running toward the feast, I'm running toward the reunion, I'm running toward the coronation, I'm running toward the crown, I'm running toward the throne, I'm running toward the King. Let me tell you something about homecoming. Broski, John chapter 14, verses 2 and 3. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. My Father's house
Many mansions, a place prepared, a place reserved, a place waiting, a place ready, a place secured, a place guaranteed, a place promised, a place purchased, a place paid for, a place provided, a place prepared by the hands of the master, a place designed by the mind of the creator, a place built by the power of the almighty, a place furnished by the grace of the redeemer, a place decorated by the love of the father, a place illuminated by the glory of the son, a place filled by the presence of the Spirit. That's my destination, 'cause that's my home, that's my address, that's my residence, that's my dwelling place, that's my permanent address, that's my eternal home, that's where I'm going, that's where I belong, that's where I'm headed, that's where I'm running, that's where I'm fighting for, that's where I'm pressing toward, that's where I'm striving for, that's where I'm laboring for, that's where I'm sacrificing for, that's where I'm suffering for, that's where I'm enduring for, that's where I'm persevering for, that's where I'm holding on for, that's where I'm standing for, that's where I'm believing for, that's where I'm trusting for, that's where I'm hoping for, that's where I'm waiting for, that's where I'm longing for, that's where I'm aching for, that's where I'm desperate for, that's where I'm hoping for, that's where I'm trusting for, that's where I'm thanking for, that's where I'm crying out for, that's where I'm reaching for, that's where I'm pressing for, that's where I'm striving for. The enemy wants me to forget where I'm going. He wants me to get comfortable here. He wants me to settle for less. He wants me to build my nest in this temporary place. He wants me to get attached to this passing world. He wants me to fall in love with this fading system. He wants me to become rooted in this corruptible ground. He wants me to invest everything in this fleeting moment. He wants me to forget that I'm just passing through. He wants me to forget that I'm just a pilgrim. He wants me to forget that I'm just a stranger. He wants me to forget that I'm just an alien. He wants me to forget that I'm just a sojourner. He wants me to forget that I'm just a traveler. He wants me to forget that this isn't my home. He wants me to forget that I don't belong here. He wants me to forget that I'm just passing through. He wants me to forget that I'm on my way to somewhere better. He wants me to forget that I'm on my way to somewhere greater. He wants me to forget that I'm on my way to somewhere eternal. But I'm not forgetting, 'cause I'm remembering where I'm going. I'm remembering who's waiting for me. I'm remembering what's prepared for me. I'm remembering what's promised to me. I'm remembering the mansion, I'm remembering the crown, I'm remembering the throne, I'm remembering the feast, I'm remembering the celebration, I'm remembering the union, I'm remembering embrace, I'm remembering